What if the fairy tale marriage of country superstar Keith Urban and Hollywood royalty Nicole Kidman was quietly unraveling long before the tabloids caught on? Behind their radiant red carpet smiles and sold-out arena tours lay years of whispered scandals, addiction relapses, and jealous rifts, rumors so persistent they now seem prophetic. When TMZ dropped its bombshell report that the two have been living separately since early summer, it felt like the final twist in a story that had been building for nearly 2 decades. According to that TMZ report, insiders say Keith Urban packed up and moved out of the Brentwood home he shared with Nicole Kidman, finding sanctuary in a Nashville apartment of his own. No grand announcement, no Instagram farewell, just a source bluntly declaring that it was all Urban's doing. After nearly 19 years of marriage, for children, and countless denials, the separation seemed to confirm what gossip blogs and late-night talk shows had been hinting at for years. Flashback to 2005, when Keith Urban first crossed paths with Nicole Kidman at the Good Day USA Gala in Los Angeles. He was already a country music star. She was fresh off Oscar wins and Hollywood glory. Sparks flew instantly, and within 12 months they were married in a ceremony that felt like Hollywood's ultimate power couple moment. Yet the honeymoon ended almost as quickly as it began. Barely 6 months after exchanging vows, rumors of infidelity began surfacing in the Daily Telegraph. A 23-year-old model named Amanda Wyatt claimed she'd been involved with Urban during their engagement, meeting him at a Nashville bar where she posed as an adoring fan. Wyatt said their relationship grew serious enough for her to move into his Brentwood house and meet his parents, and she even alleged that heavy drug use accompanied their time together. According to her account, the affair ended only weeks before the wedding, a confession that prompted Wyatt to say, "I feel sorry for Nicole." Keith cheated on her repeatedly, right up to just before they got married. Long before Nicole Kidman ever worried about another woman in the picture, Keith Urban had been battling his own demons. He first checked into rehab in 1998, facing the reality that substance abuse had crept into every corner of his life. The respite was temporary. In 2006, fresh from saying I do to Kidman, Urban relapsed. It was Kidman who stepped up with an intervention, demanding he get clean for good. Headlines followed him into the treatment center, where he spent his second stint in rehab grappling with addiction. In the aftermath, he released a heartfelt statement acknowledging the damage. "I deeply regret the hurt this has caused Nicole and the ones that love and support me. One can never let one's guard down on recovery, and I'm afraid that I have." Later, in a candid interview with Rolling Stone, he admitted that his failures had nearly blown our marriage to smithereens, though he credited sobriety with pulling them back from the brink. Even after those early crises, life under the Kidman-Urban roof was far from serene. In 2014, Urban lightened the mood on Live with Kelly and Michael by joking, "I'm in a house full of girls, it's all dramatic." The quip might have played as a dad's affectionate exaggeration, but in a 2020 profile for Marie Claire Australia, Kidman offered a more telling glimpse. When overwhelmed by family life, Urban would retreat, sometimes hiding in a closet with his guitar, other times surrendering to a weird new hobby of Googling cars. It was his way of carving out breathing room in a household that, by then, included Kidman's 2 older children from her marriage to Tom Cruise alongside their daughters, Sunday Rose, born 2008, and Faith Margaret, born 2010. Managing 4 kids and 2 careers was bound to be hectic, and those off-camera anecdotes suggested a strain behind the smiles. Rumors of a split bubbled to the surface again in 2018, when celebrity tabloid Life and Style claimed Keith had decamped to a 5-star hotel in Los Angeles after a string of arguments. This time, the gossip mill fingered his friendship with fellow musician John Mayer as the catalyst. Mayer, supposedly, thought Nicole was a negative influence on Keith's recovery journey and introduced doubt into their home. Life and Style's initial report painted a dire picture of marital collapse, but a follow-up insisted those claims were overstated. Friends close to the couple insisted they were determined to work through their issues, reminding readers that being apart on tour or on set didn't necessarily mean the end of a marriage. Then came another chapter in the rumor saga. Whispers that Urban was jealous of Nicole reuniting with Ewan McGregor for a Moulin Rouge sequel. Sky News ran with the idea that seeing her alongside her former co-star, whose rumored chemistry had once contributed to her split from Tom Cruise, made Urban uncomfortable. At the same time, insiders said he was urging Kidman to step back from work to process her grief after her mother's passing in September 2024. He allegedly worried she was moving the goalposts on family time, prioritizing her career when her husband and children needed her most. Yet when Kelly Clarkson playfully asked him about moving back to Australia for good, Urban brushed off the relocation rumors as complete BS, chalking up the tabloid swirl to the typical noise that follows any high-profile couple. Behind all these sensational headlines, the practical challenges of blending two families with complex histories loomed large. Nicole's children with Tom Cruise had limited contact with Urban's daughters, partly due to divergent faiths and partly because of old resentments. Yet sources told Women's Day that Urban had tried to bridge the divide, orchestrating a family reunion in Australia after Kidman's mother died, a gesture meant to mend fractured bonds and honor her memory. Whether that reunion ever happened in full remains unclear, but the attempt spoke to the couple's ongoing efforts to keep their marriage and their extended family intact. In January 2025, another dramatic twist hit fans when Urban abruptly dismissed three longtime bandmates, Terrence F. Clark, Nathan Barlow, and Jerry Flowers, just weeks before launching his High and Alive world tour. He characterized the move as a creative shakeup, a leap of faith inspired by an inner voice that told him it was time for change. Social media reacted with a mixture of bewilderment and dismay. Some called it a midlife crisis stunt, others lamented losing the heart and soul of his live show. The public spectacle of cutting ties with collaborators who had supported him through the peaks and valleys only fueled the sense that Urban was in a turbulent period of his life. And now, as TMZ confirms the separation, it all comes full circle. After years of denials, clarifications, and back-and-forth statements, the rumors have finally coalesced into a single, undeniable truth. Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman are living apart. No more cryptic interviews or fanciful tabloid tales, just the stark reality that one of Hollywood's most enduring couples has reached a turning point. For fans who followed their story through every scandalous headline and every public demonstration of solidarity, the news offers a sobering reminder that fame and love don't always mix neatly. What really happened behind closed doors may never be fully known. Addiction is a private battleground, and marriage is a journey filled with hidden trials. High-profile relationships endure extra scrutiny,